Hello, orchestra, and welcome back. Looking at numbers 3.8, 3.9, and 3.10. And we're talking about variations, theme and variations. And your definition says here at the middle of the page, on page 23, composers create a variation when they change a melody in some way. While you hear the differences in each variation, you'll be able to still recognize the original theme. So a common thing would be if you play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and try to play the same exact notes, but the rhythms change a little bit. Or we add a few other notes in there, or other pitches in there, but the melody still sounds the same. Our example here is going to be Boil Them Cabbage Down. So on Boil Them Cabbage Down, we're going to be playing in 2/4 time, Allegro, so this is a fast piece. And you have 2 beats per measure, and it has a repeat sign. You'll notice that we have 4 eighth notes on the first measure, 2 quarter notes, 4 eighth notes again, 2 quarter notes, 4 eighth notes, 2 quarter notes, 4 eighth notes, and 2 quarter notes. It's a pretty common not variation, but theme. We have quarter notes. You have the eighth notes, 4 eighth notes, and 2 quarter notes happening back and forth for every 2 measures. We're just changing the pitches in some of them. So let's go over first the air bowing and counting of the rhythm for 3.8. We'll add the notes playing next, and then I'll show you what to do for your recording for number 3.8, Boil Them Cabbage Down. So here's the air bowing counting. First, ready, and go. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2. Repeat. 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1, 2. All right, so that was the air bowing counting. So let's go over the rhythm, not the rhythm, but the pitches now. So we're starting out with F sharps in the first measure. That's 2 fingers on the D string for violin and viola, 3 on the D string for cello. So F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, then 2 Gs, quarter notes, again F sharps, 1 and 2, and then 2 Es. F sharps again, 2 Gs, then F sharp, E, and then open D, open D. And of course, we're playing the rhythm that we just airbowed and counted, but with the pitches here. So here's what your recording for number 3.8, Boil Them Cabbage Down, should sound like. Now, we're going at a slow tempo, not allegro. That's just what I'm going to do for you. You can play it faster if you like to on your metronome, but make sure you follow the metronome. Here we go. Ready? And play. Okay, so that was 3.8, Boil Them Cabbage Down. Then we go to a variation of Boil Them Cabbage Down to 3.9. This is the first variation. And we have a new time signature and a new tempo. Instead of playing fast, we're playing now andante, which means a slow walking tempo. And we're in 3/4 time. Rather than 2 beats per measure, now we have 3 beats per measure. And the melody is going to sound similar, but not as much as you would play in the original, obviously. It's a variation. It's different. But you'll still hear it like you would if you played in 2/4 time. So the version we have here in 3/4 time, it's 2 eighth notes and 2 quarter notes on the first measure. Again, we're in 3/4, so it's 1 and 2, 3. Then it's like that for the whole exercise until the very last measure. We have a rest at the end. And you notice that there are no repeat signs. So here's what it sounds like if you airbow and count 3.9. I just won't use the metronome right now. So here it is. 1 and 2, 3, 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 1 and 2. Rest. Okay, so we have pitches are measure 1, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Then measure 2, G, 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 G. Measure 3, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Measure 4, E, 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 E. F sharp again, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp. Measure 6, G, 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 G. Measure 7, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, E. 8, D, 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 and then rest. So here's what your recording should sound like for 3.9, 3 cabbages, variation 1. 1 and 2, 3. Okay, so then we're going to move on to 3.10, cabbages galore. This is the second variation, okay? We're playing at moderato, okay? And that means a medium tempo or moderate tempo, somewhere between andante and allegro, really. And we're also now in a different time signature, a 4/4 time. This one's kind of difficult because we have 2 quarter notes and 4 eighth notes, and that's the same rhythm pattern that you have for the first half of the piece. But then you go to the second half and the rhythm flips. Rather than starting with quarter notes, you now start with the eighth notes and end with the quarter notes. So let's go over what the rhythm should sound like for air bowing and counting 3.10. And again, there's no repeat sign. Ready and go. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3. Rest. Okay. Now, the hard part would be going from measure 4 to measure 5, because of course we're used to playing the first 4 measures, the quarter notes after the eighth notes, whereas measure 4 to 5, we end with eighth notes on measure 4 and continue with eighth notes on measure 5 until we play quarter notes again. So I want to take a moment to look at that part real quick and practice what it's supposed to sound like. So let's go over the pitches. They are E, E, and then 4 E's, and then followed by F sharps. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. Let's try that. Measure 4, go into measure 5. 1, 2, ready, and play. So once you get that part down, then you can play the entire thing. So this is what 3.10 Cabbages Galore Variation 2 will sound like for your submission. Here we go. Follow along if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the pitches again from the very beginning to the end. The first measures are F sharp, measure 2, G's, 3, F sharp again, measure 4, E's, measure 5, F sharps once more, measure 6, G's again, then 7, F sharps, then E quarter notes. So F sharp, F sharp, E, F sharp, F sharp, F sharp, E, E, and then the very end, open Ds. So good luck on your recordings for 3.8, 3.9, and 3.10. Can't wait to hear them.